Instagram crashed and all that. He had COVID at the time as well, but he contemplated suicide in that matter because he had to sit with himself. He had to look himself in the mirror and say, I don't have nothing else around me, no other distractions. I have to, be one with the guy in the mirror. But what happened? And he didn't commit suicide. His son happened to call him in the time that he was contemplating this and kind of like, hey dad, how you doing? Things of that nature. And he got plenty of love around him. He said it wasn't like he's lacking love. It's just, just him having to deal with him. But what I'm saying is, a lot of people can have a lot of control over our, social sites and different things of that nature. So, make sure that if you're going to get into
back to one of your points, I think that you did see that a lot when Instagram and Facebook went down because they're part of the same company. That a lot of people flooded Twitter, right? And it was just kind of like people were kind of losing it. And I'm just like, okay, we need to go on about our day. So it's interesting how, honestly, really, because I use social media as kind of my brain breaks, but that's just me. But it's important because I think you made the point about what we feed into ourselves kind of controlling us, and we don't want to look at ourselves in the mirror and face who we are or what we have to deal with or those demons that we don't want to deal with. So we use other distractions like social media and the things that people put out there in social media versus, dealing with ourselves. And I think a lot of people during these past couple of years with the pandemic, unfortunately, had to face themselves, right? They had to face themselves. They had to face their marriages. They had to face their children. They had to face their life as to where it was simply because we didn't have that routine anymore of getting up and being away from our families for 5, 7, 8 hours of the day and only seeing them for a couple of days and getting into that rut, right? You get into that routine, that rut, that hamster wheel. When you come off the hamster wheel, then you got to look at some things. You got to kind of face some things that I think a lot of people were forced to do, which kind of, led some people down a rabbit hole, but which kind of, I think, liberated a lot of people as well, because I think a lot of people came to the realization that they didn't like their life the way it was and that they needed to make some changes, whether it's for the good or for the bad, or people didn't like it. But I think, a lot of growth came out of it.